Hey everyone, how we're all doing? Hope we're all doing good today and having a nice relaxing Sunday. I've come on a little bit earlier than expected. Got a bad time when I can. Obviously, I'm a stay-at-home mum, so I'm very busy. So I have to grab opportunities of quiet time where I can. So I'll give everybody a few moments to hop on. This is getting shared across Facebook and YouTube. For those that are watching on YouTube, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, also press the like button. It helps with the algorithm, but it helps to push content out further for small content creators such as myself. So all the subscribers means the world. Thank you for your support as always. As always, disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only, not fact, my opinion, what the cards are telling me and what my intuition is telling me. Okay, do your own research, throw your own cards if you want. Yeah, so just wait a few minutes for people to pop on. And we'll get into today's video. Today's video is going to be a follow-up of the last one that I did with Burke Ramsey. This one is going to be on Burke. Is it Burke? Yep, I think it's Burke Ramsey. I don't know, I'm not good with names, so excuse me, but yeah, it's on a brother today we'll be focusing on. I've already kind of got my alarm bells going with this one. Intuitions already going on the interviews I've seen. First interview we did with Dr. Phil. Body language on that just was screaming. There's something not quite right there. I don't know whether he sort of has any sort of additional needs or anything like that. Just it kind of gave me the ick, did the interview, if I'm honest. Eye contact was bizarre. Seemed to be smiling a lot with his eyes when he was talking. Even though it's quite obviously a serious matter, we're talking about John Benet and what happened on that night. Yeah, odd to say the least. But anyway, I'll reserve further judgment until I get into the cards. To watching, hi Amy, hi Barbara, lovely to have you on. Don't know what time I'm on, let me see. Yeah, a bit early. 5 more minutes. So, well, I'm got a few minutes. I'll explain how I set things up. So before I do any video, I get the cards out. I'd already do a pre-shuffle, but I also do a shuffle on screen for you all to see. I cleanse everywhere with sage. I like candles, I like joss sticks. I like to do a little bit of grounding exercise beforehand, and a little bit of meditation if I can, just to open up the chakras, and I like the energy to come through. But it's always important when you're doing any kind of divination work that you get yourself prepared, you get yourself in the mental state, but also because we're working with spirit and we allow energies to come through, we protect ourselves. We all have a gatekeeper when we're doing spirit work, and they're the ones that guide what can come in and what can't come in. But it's quite a long process that people don't see behind the scenes, is the preparation for doing tarot work. It can be quite draining and exhausting, to say the least. I am not going to lie. Because we're feeling the energies coming through. Also, we're having to work out, like, it's all like one big puzzle, and the cards give you little puzzles, and then it's down to the reader to piece all that information together to make a big picture. It's not always easy because we do get conflicting energies sometimes, conflicting cards, can be confusing. But like I say, it's not always 100% what we're getting. There's room for error, like with anything. Also, when this is on YouTube, so when we're on YouTube, we have to be very careful what we're saying as well within terminology. We have to say some keywords, because otherwise the video will get taken down and might get a YouTube strike. So there's also that comes into play as well. Now, my spirit guides don't filter their language. They come through strong, they come through loud, and they come through clear. They also come with quite a lot of swear words, which I have to filter out as well. So that's just a little bit of background information on what happens whilst the reading is taking place. Alright, I think I've talked enough for that for now. Let's get into it, I think. Alright, so this is on Burke Ramsey today, John Benet's brother. Let's see what we've got. It'll be quite interesting to see what cards come out with this one. Yeah, it's slipping and sliding not to come out already. Okay, Spirit, Burke Ramsey, please, and your name. That's flipping. Okay. Come on. Oh, we have a male. Lies. Oh, this ain't a good start, is it? Accomplice, partner in crime at the bottom of the deck. Right, okay, so first cards out, we have Gift, which this did happen around Christmas time. I don't know if it were Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, 25th of December. We have a gift with a box, which is sort of backing up the timeline here. And Spirit is saying, yeah, you're on the right energy here, the right energy is coming through. Now we have Assassination. I'm not sure what that's about just yet. It seems something like quite fast targeted energy here with the Assassination. We have Lies. Lies, manipulation, deceit, cover-up, illusions, trickery. So straight away, Spirit's sort of saying that the brother is lying around what happened to John Benet. And a male, which is exactly what we're covering today. We're covering Burke Ramsey, which is a male. Okay. It does appear from these cards that he is lying, covering up, knows more than he's letting on straight away. Let's get some more. Burke Ramsey, please. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Alright, now we have the female in the picture. Male, female. Abuse and neglect. This is sort of saying some kind of certain way. I'm leaning towards some kind of certain angle with this here from this energy alone. allegedly speaking. I don't think the brother was particularly nice to John Bonet. I kind of feel there was some kind of nefarious activity here with the abuse neglect card coming out like that. Water, I don't know what the water's about. Abuse and neglect. Neighbourhood, 101, 102, maybe somebody in the neighbourhood knows a bit more about this family than maybe they've disclosed here. Odd. Right, let me get 2 more teaming this up. Money. Now that was the sort of cover-up story that there were a ransom note, reward money. No, not reward money, sorry. Ransom money in exchange for getting John Bonet back. But I kind of feel like this was a set-up, a throwing off of the scent here of what really happened. And I do believe this was not outside the home, this happened inside the home. And they did have a lot of money. Her dad was quite high up in business. One more please, Spirit. So, thank you. Man-made disaster. So not an accident. A man-made one. It's done purposely. Fraud. Surveillance. Let's have a look at the middle. Oh my lord. That's exactly what happened as well. Wow. Okay, let's get into the crime scene investigation. He's looking guilty. I think the brother did it. I think the brother unalived her on these cards, allegedly speaking. This crime may be solved by DNA testing or scientific methods. Strange phenomena involved. I don't think it will, because the DNA were compromised with people coming in and out of the house. It wasn't sealed off as a crime scene. And also, not to mention, the father moved John Bonet's body as well. Let me check them out. Right. Okay, Spirit. Burke Ramsey, please. I was kind of flipping out all over. I had this last time. I covered John Bonet. The energy was just so strong, and it's kept sending the cards a bit scatty. Yeah, right. Okay, let's see what we've got. This crime will be solved in the distant future. Money may be involved. And we got 2 money cards here. I think we had money last time as well. Cell phone records may provide important clues. Victim stalked by killer. That's somebody watching, waiting. Not nice energy, this. Let's have some more. Details leading up to the unaliving may be worth investigating. Yeah. I feel like something led up to this. I feel like that it was something to do with the parents. There were an argument. Things weren't right that night. I'm feeling things weren't right. Because especially last time I got the affair card and third party situation going on. I feel like with the money, I feel like Patsy Ramsey, the mother, may have been frightened of losing out on money as well. Maybe there were an impending divorce going to happen. There was something that night where people, I feel like the parents were distracted with their own problems here and wasn't paying attention to Burke or John Bonet here. And I feel, allegedly speaking, the brother took the opportunity here. One more. One more, please. Okay. Suspect lives near the scene of the crime. You mean lives in the house? Look at that. These happened inside their home, not outside. In my opinion, nobody kidnapped her, did the unaliving and put her back in the home. This has solely happened in the home with the people in the home, nobody else. I'm not seeing it as being a stranger to these people. If anything, and I said this before in the last video, I feel like it's somebody very close to them, either family member or a friend that you would class as family. That sort of closeness. This was not outsider here, I don't believe. Judging from these cards and the last cards, it's pointing to somebody in the home. And I'm kind of feeling the brother here, allegedly speaking. Okay. What do I need to do next? Right, I think I'll do the Cries of the Soul next for Burke Ramsey. Alright, let me sort these cards. I don't like my cards being messy. Let's have a card for Burke Ramsey, please, Spirit. Burke Ramsey, thank you. Duality. I create a new inner balance. Let's have a look at the guidebook for this. I create a new inner balance. Wisdom. I am conflict. Here we go. I did say something happened leading up to this event, and then we also have the card here, details leading up to the unaliving, maybe worth investigating. It says here, conflict. It is my nature and my only way of being and interacting. I hate harmony and create opposition between your emotions, thoughts and energies. I can be responsible for unexpected events, delays, conflicts and external obstacles. Wow. And I'm with you when you don't know how to integrate and listen to your dark side, or when you're afraid to see yourself as you are. I divide everything. I stop everything. My role is to divert you from yourself because you are unable to accept yourself. This is interesting because last time I got a kind of feeling that the brother were kind of feeling left out, isolated and alone, with the attention solely being on John Bonet. So I kind of was picking up maybe there were a little bit of animosity and jealousy there from the brother, which, you know, can happen between siblings. And John Bonet were kind of like the star potential, the star that all eyes, all attention were on John Bonet. But where did that leave Burke in this? Interesting. Especially it says conflict, obstacles, disharmony. I think there's a lot of energy going on here for Burke. Right, let me see. Let's get the tea leaf. Yeah, it's sort of painting a picture already. Is this? Let's have some tea leaf. Burke, please. Yeah, thank you. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you. You see, the energy is really strong, and I had this last time as well. Dragon. Be aware of self-delusion. I kind of feel like this card's pointing towards a mum here. The mum, I kind of feel like the mum were living through John Bonet. She was living her dreams through John Bonet. And this card is sort of saying that with that came a lot of self-delusion for her. Self-delusion with a concept of John Bonet could be everything that she wasn't, which is a high price to put on a child of that age. Don't forget, she was only 6-year-old with John Bonet. I kind of feeling like she should have been living her childhood. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure that she liked to dance and put on a performance and things like that. But I kind of feel like she was pressurised into doing them things as well. I kind of feeling like sometimes she didn't want to do that. She just wanted to be a child. She just wanted to have a childhood. Other times I do feel like she would have liked to do that, because I can imagine that with that came a lot of praise and a lot of attention, and what child doesn't like praise and attention? Then we have the cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. It's kind of like, I'm looking at this intuitively, it's like spinning a web. This is like everything tying together. It's also making me feel like, I'm going to be careful what I'm saying here. They may have favoured one child over the other. I feel like here, I feel like they wrapped John Bonet in cotton wool. And that's what I'm feeling here from the protected. But I'm looking at the spider web here, and I'm kind of feeling Spirit's sort of saying like wrapping them up in bubble wrap and sort of being overprotective here. But also sort of like making sure that the web is being spun. Now, also here is a brother being protected here, but as well. May also be protection towards a brother as well here. But I'm kind of feeling like whilst John Bonet were alive, the protection would have been ultimately given to her, and the attention had been given to her. Obviously, whatever happened to John Bonet, the attention then obviously got put on Burke, and maybe there's been a protection thing around him. Okay, broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem, chaos, destruction, mayhem. This would be like my Tower card, disaster, everything imploding. Yeah, definitely family involvement. Hearts, love, deep, affection and caring. Yeah, they had a lot of love and a lot of care for John Bonet. But I kind of feel like it was deluded love. I hate to say this, but what about if she didn't have them skills, that star quality about her? Would she be loved just as much? Or was she being loved for what she could provide to them? I'm just saying, it's kind of what I'm getting here, especially with the beware the self-delusion. See what else we've got. Eagle, triumph over troubles and obstacles, flying free. Eagles are quite sharp and intelligent as well, intelligent birds, like powerful birds. Here, good news. I'm not sure what that one means. Let me get some more. Sorry guys, we're going deep today. Alright, we have two duality cards here. This one that flew out is the scales. Keep your life in balance. And I'm sure there's a snake wrapped on that scales. So in balance. An imbalance between the two. There was an imbalance between John Bonet and Burke. They was not treated the same. They were treated differently. Maybe one had more privileges than the other. I kind of just seen two scales. Two snakes. They should have been treated equally, but I don't feel like there was. Let me just have one more, please, to tie this up. Not too many. Rainbow. The most difficult part of a situation is over. Hope, optimism, healing. Rainbow bridge. Rainbow. Ladder, climbing your way up to success. Leg, stepping into new experience. Key, successful outcomes to your problems. We have broken bridge and we have rainbow. Healing. I'm getting that somewhere over the rainbow. A little bit. What's that about? Okay. Okay. Alright, let's get into what lies beneath. I don't know if there may be a bit rainbow baby here. One child may be in rainbow baby. I'm definitely getting somewhere over the rainbow, son. Divorce, breaking contracts, depression. When I am picking up, maybe the mum had some mental health issues as well. I'm getting particularly a fear of failure. And maybe that transcended onto John Bonet as well. I don't feel maybe that not intentionally there. I feel like unintentionally, but you know, children pick up energy. Children are very intuitive and they can pick up on things. And maybe she felt her mother's fear of failure, and that kind of put pressure on her as well to perform and to do well. And then this Burke in the background. But I getting I'm still getting John Bonet's energy through very strong. I'm not getting too much on Burke at the moment. It kind of almost feels like, even in energy-wise, he's on the sidelines. It feels like John Bonet's coming in quite strong. But anyway, let's get into it. I'm not feeling Burke's energy so much. I may have to tell John Bonet to step back a little. Okay, Spirit, bring me in John Bonet, not John Bonet's, Burke Ramsey's energy, please. And could we have John Bonet stepping back a little bit, please? Thank you. Investigating. I wonder if this case is still ongoing. There's investigation still ongoing with this case. Or somebody's investigating. Somebody's looking into this case. Okay, I don't like this card. Fulfilling a fantasy. This could be either way. This could be Patsy fulfilling her own fantasy of living her dreams through John Bonet. But also, because we're talking about Burke here, and I did get a very strange card for him. It's kind of indicating some nefarious activity from Burke here, I'm afraid, towards John Bonet. Especially if victim was stalked by who unalived her, and I got strong feelings that it's Burke. And then we have fake friends, so the people around the Ramseys, the friends, so-called friends, may not have been quite as honest and quite as truthful and quite as loyal as they're made out to be. And then there's this putting on a show. Well, obviously, this is the whole Ramsey's putting on this show. But also, John Bonet herself being the star of the show, performing, putting on that show. There's quite a lot of energy going on here. But I feel like it's sort of a different energy from last time. This is more of a quiet energy with regards to what Spirit's trying to tell me. It's still not clear yet. It's sort of insinuating that the brother was involved in some kind of nefarious way towards John Bonet, but it's not so strong or clear as yet. Let me have one more, please. Now we have a love story once upon a time. And I have sort of said this last time, I feel there were some marital problems between them. I do feel like one of them was having some kind of affair. I feel like Patsy were frightened of losing all that she worked hard for, a reputation, upstanding, a way of living. A way of living costs money, you know. She were, in my opinion, a kept woman, a very kept woman, and there may have been a fear of losing all that. I mean, this what the distraction could have been around the night. Somebody wasn't paying attention because they were distracted by a problem that was going on at the time. Oh. And maybe it was to do with one of these friends, because I do feel like they had some kind of party that night, or they had some people over. Maybe it came out about one of these friends. This love story. Okay. It's getting to Broken Mirrors. And that song keeps going round in my head. Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I have to look that up. Opposites attract. Lessons, not your usual type, different spiritual beliefs. You're the one religious. This is your opposing energies again. Contemplation. Yes, no, unsure, choice, decisions. Okay, let's have some more spirit plays. One more, please. Oh, look at that, that's wanting it to come out. Caught, red-handed, secrets exposed, surprised, shocked. Sick and tired, cycles over it, decision made. Yeah, somebody had an argument, it all come to blows that night, and a decision was made, and I don't feel over the marriage. Then we have this reconciliation, harmony, resolving issues and getting back together. And I do feel like this was after what happened to John Burnett, and I kind of feel like it were kind of like a case of like, we're stronger together. Let's stick together, because if we split up now, it's going to make things look worse. It's going to make things look even more suspicious. No, we have to carry on like with the normal family unit here. I just feel heavily something went down that night regarding their marriage. And then we have spiritual attack, karma, divine intervention, and facing their demons. Now, the karma, divine intervention. I see the scales, which is a karmic card. It's a balancing out. It's a balancing out act. Duality. What else do we have? Evening up them scales. Scales of justice, scales of karma, yeah. Well, I'm having a lot of duality cards. And then we have conflict resolution, compromising, making amends, positive outcome. Yeah, just as I said. This was after the event. It's a strange one, is this one. It's a kind of just all feels like to save face, save reputation, to save the upstandingness in their circle. I feel like they knew what happened that night, and I feel like they protected the son because they couldn't have their name tarnished or their reputation tarnished. I don't know, it's a very egocentric kind of energy I'm getting. So they staged it to make it look like a kidnapping for money. That's some more place spirit. Mystery, unknown, puzzle, illusion and confusing. Yeah, you can say that again. It's like working out a puzzle. Mirror, reflection, reference, distinguishing appearance. Now, I had this card out last time and I was drawn to the colour red. Again, this card's drawing me into the colour red. And I'm taking that as Patsy's energy coming through here. Now, whether she liked to wear red. Again, also red is powerful colour. It's a passion. It can be an aggression, anger, seduction. Something around the colour red. I'm just keeping up with appearances. And then we have this putting on a show. Yeah, keeping up with appearances. Putting on a show, and I don't feel like people were getting the rail then. Okay. Roll the dice, take a chance, risk, leap of faith. We took a gamble. We took a risk. Yeah. The risk being protecting the son. Interesting. Now one more. I just suppose it's a gamble whether people would have believed the story as well. That was the risk. Because let's face it, 30 years it's paid off, hasn't it? Because nobody's been brought to justice over this. Whistleblower, betrayal, report, expose and link. Oh my lord. And that's just as this card just come out, just as I said, there was no justice. Nobody's been brought to justice. I wonder if something could come out here. A whistleblower. Mate. You see this investigator with the hat? Look at this person. Hat. Who's to say this is the same person that's going to blow this case wide open? Expose the lies, the illusions, the unknown. This could also be this investigator, roll the dice. This could be this investigator taking a risk as well, taking a leap of faith, blowing it all open. Oh, I do hope so. Because it did say here, this crime will be solved in the distant future. Divine timing, bottom of the deck. Wrong time, right time, wait. We've got a lot of divine intervention timing going on here. Because we've got the karma, divine intervention. It's all a matter of time. The right time. Right time, right place. Okay, let's get into some more. It's getting deep now. Wait. Fake friends. Whistleblower. Betrayal. Leak. Betrayal suggests it's somebody close to the Ramseys that's going to betray them. I wonder if it's going to be a friend as well. Yeah. Now this is getting interesting. So some more. Let's have a Burke. Running, escape, denial and excuses. And I do feel like they had a trip planned as well. I think. Or Christmas Day, I think. There was a trip planned. They were going to go somewhere. I believe. I'm not sure if that's correct. And try to get away from the problems. So some more. Hopeful, inspired, optimistic, success. So running, hopeful, running with the narrative. And being hopeful and optimistic that it will pay off, especially with roll the dice, taking the risks. Okay, so some more. Masked, hiding, concealing, deception, don't they? Yeah. They've covered up for the sun. Maybe a fear as well as of losing one more child as well. That the child may be taken away from them, another child taken away. They couldn't do anything about John Bonet, but they could do something about Burke. Let me have one more. Trapped, stuck, no options, unforgiveness. A cycle. I kind of feel the mum felt more guilty. I feel like the mum had a lot of burdens around this. Recharge, breathe, let go, clear your mind. Let's take that one more. That could have been about the trip as well. Time to get away from problems. I'm feeling like somebody wanted to get away from problems. Start again, start afresh. Wipe the slate clean. But there was this tower moment that happened that prevented from all this from happening. One more. Lauren, missing you. Let's talk reunion. Oh, someone having an affair. I think we get the point of that they were an affair. Feel like it may have been the husband. Could be wrong. We'll take a look at Patsy Ramsey next, and then John Ramsey next as well. Oh, no, get back in there, thank you. This card's scattered today. Okay. No. I can't say the word for YouTube purposes. I feel like this is Burke coming through here. That's how he felt. He felt like his sister were better than him, and that he was essentially worthless to his parents. That's definitely his energy coming out here. When I'm saying he may have tried to get their attention through his own creativity, but it was kind of like it wasn't acknowledged or appreciated here. I feel like he tried to show off his talents and skills, but it sort of got pushed away due to John Benet being more of the star. A way of happiness later, so somebody were looking on at this family, this relationship between Patsy and John, and not liking it. But I don't feel like whoever were looking at their situation like this actually knew exactly what were going on within the relationship, because I'm not seeing that everything were all as honky-dory as I made it out to be. I'm seeing a lot of problems within this dynamic, within this relationship, and within this family. There was I'm kind of going to say mental health issues here at play. But maybe somebody were looking at them as in a way of, oh, these people have got it all, they've got the money, they've got the recognition, they've got the upstanding citizens, they've got it all, lovely house, car, X, Y and Z, husband. But this person didn't really completely understand what were going on behind closed doors here. And it's a case for a lot of where you look at things, the way people portray themselves to the outside world isn't necessarily a true reflection of what's really going on in their inside world. You only see what people want you to see, and that's a sad case sometimes, because you're not seeing the true picture of things. In their head, overthinking, stressed and over-analysing. This is definitely Patsy's energy here. There's a lot of things mentally going on for her. And I don't know whether that stemmed back from her own childhood. It kind of making me feel like, oh, well, I wasn't good enough, I failed, but I've got a second chance through John Benet. I've got a chance to make this right. I've got a chance to be the things I couldn't be through her. But I kind of feel like the pressure to do these things were too much. The money as well. These things are costly. Pageants are costly. Outfits are costly. Maintaining things is costly. And yeah, I kind of feel this would all getting on top of her. But then we got this. I really don't know how to explain this. I'm going to put a trigger warning. Okay, guys, trigger warning. This next bit. Caught a case of a sexual infection, sexual disease, and a rash. A big case of John Benet having to go to the doctors. And then he should have gone to the doctors. And they treated this, investigated. It would have come out of SA. This is what we'll try to cover up. Wow. Yeah. So, some nefarious activity. Were done here towards John Benet, particularly from her brother. I don't know. I don't know if the parents knew about this particular aspect of what happened, but they certainly knew that the son had done this. Jesus. Okay, oh, this is heavy. Right, let's get into some more oracle and then we'll get into the tarot. So it appears that this night there may have been drinking involved, there may have been party atmosphere, friends over, social gathering and whatnot. And one of these fake friends were there. One of these fake friends that were possibly a happiness hater may have dropped a comment or may have been suggestive towards John Ramsey, that it tipped Patsy Ramsey over the edge here. Then I kind of feeling like when everybody left the property, I feel like there was an argument that took place over this. I feel like confessions may have been made. It's led to combustion, quite a lot of arguments. I kind of feel some threats backwards and forwards, particularly around money. And in the meantime, there's 2 kids that have been left unattended. Now, it's a massive house. There's loads of rooms. I feel like he lured John Bennett down to the basement. I feel something took place. I feel, God bless her, John Bennett tried to fight back. I feel he panicked. And that's where she met a tragic ending here. And I feel through panic, fear and anger, the force used behind it were catastrophic. It's a god awful situation, this. That's what I'm picking up. Also, I feel like the timeline's off. There's inconsistency within the time of this happening. Maybe so they could set the scene with the ransom note and everything else. Then obviously calling in the police. Obviously trying to get the story right as well here. Let's some more, please. No more, please. Thank you. Nurturing love, family happiness, unity and balance, gratitude, appreciation, joyful connections. I'm being drawn in here to the couple and the boy. Yeah, that kind of just ties up what I'm saying here. They protected Burke and tried to carry on, trying to live life. So I'm kind of sort of like seeing like a rebuilding and try to rebuild things again. Independent, going your own way, break out of bondage, embark, journeys, self-discovering, spiritual. And I've been seeing this as him, Burke, being grown up and going his own way, try to break free of the past and what he's done. Going on his own journey, going on his own way. I know they shielded him a lot from media at that time, and I know when he spoke to Dr. Phil, it was quite a lot of years after this happened. I think it was the first time he'd spoken out about what happened to John Bonet, or should I say, speaking out of the lack of things that happened with John Bonet, because he wasn't exactly forthcoming on information. To me, he looked dodgy, shifty, and the whole interview gave me the ick. Collect, analyse information, seek the light of knowledge, illuminate your path. So if somebody's blinded to the situation, somebody didn't want to acknowledge the situation, didn't want to seek information. To me, here, intuitively, somebody's blocked off, somebody's blinded, somebody's looking away, don't want to know. So now I'm going to get into the tarot. I want to particularly look at, obviously, that one. I don't feel good about doing this one today, to be honest. But it is what it is. Let's have a look at the whistleblower. How can I say it? Fake friends. Investigating. Let's tidy these up so I've got more room for tarot. That's that one I wanted to look at. 101, 102. For some reason that coming to me, take a look at that one. Put that one there, sort them out. Okay, right. So I'm going to be digging into the tarot around the male, the lies, abuse and neglect, and the catching of sexually transmitted disease. Okay. I may be doing one card each for the tarot. Let's get into this now. Let's get further into what this is. Give me cards on the male. And I may clarify if I need to with another tarot deck. Give me cards on the mail, please, Spirit. Yeah. Interesting. There's more, please, on the mail. I'll just take 3 for now. Wow. I don't think I need to clarify anymore with any other tarot deck here. So under the mail, I have the 5 of Swords reversed, the 10 of Pentacles reversed, and the 4 of Cups upright. So the 5 of Swords indicates that with the male involved here, and I believe this is Burke, there was a conflict, disagreement. I kind of seen bullying, confrontation, argument that took place. But in the reversed, that ended. This come to an abrupt end here. Again, between 2. I'm looking at this intuitively as well. There's a mother here in the background looking on at these 2 children bickering, and there's like a tug of war going on between 2 children here. In the reverse, it indicates that this came to an end. I'll show you it reversed. Look it upright. There's 2 children in the background arguing and carrying on. This is the mother here. I'm seeing this as Patsy. All looking, all this. So this may have been a regular thing here of bullying and nastiness going on. I'm feeling more from Burke's end here towards John Bonet. I'm seeing him pushing her a lot and nipping, and yeah, I'm seeing a coldness here. I'm seeing a real bullying going on here, particularly when Patsy were busy, or one of the parents were busy, so it's sort of like doing it behind the back here. That's odd. And obviously we got the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse here, which is a unhappy family home. This is family legacy going down the pan. This is also generational traditions not being kept. This indicates here that there was dysfunction, disharmony within the family home. So there wasn't as much love and care in that home than what was being portrayed to the outside world. And also loss, big loss of money, and also big loss of family money. That legacy, that family legacy, which is old money being passed down into new money, and sometimes even marrying into money. But in the reverse, this is ending. And then we have the 4 of Cups here, and this again, I wonder if one of them would have a bit of a drinker as well, a bit of an alcoholic, allegedly speaking. But anyway, this indicates here as somebody being very dissatisfied, very bored, and very discontented with their life. It's almost like not being able to see what they've already got. They're too focused on what they've lost. It's also here holding on to information, holding on to monetary values, being quite stingy about things here for fear of loss. Yeah, and I'd seen this lady's just completely dissatisfied here, and the royal sort of gold chair that talks of wealth and prestige, that this woman couldn't be any more unhappier here in this card. Well, that's kind of interesting around the male. Let me get one more card to clarify this. I'm feeling like Burke caused her some real issues as well. Maybe some parenting issues here. Let's see some. The Empress in the reverse. Wow. Towards the male. So the male is Burke, and she, in the reverse here, it's saying she had no care, no nurture, no empathy, no compassion towards Burke here. This is opposite of being motherly. This is somebody that's kind of vain, materialistic, kind of self-serving here. Whereas the Empress in the upright is a protector, nurturer and carer for others. And will they'll go out of the way to protect their own. In the reverse, this is a mother that couldn't care less, basically, allegedly speaking. And this is towards Burke. I'd still want to get some more on this. 3 of Wands in the reverse. Lack of planning, lack of progression, lack of expansion, lack of growth. Lack of going anywhere. She felt like she wasn't going anywhere with him. I'm saying she like felt stuck. Like feeling like there was no way forward here. Ah, my lord. I'm kind of wondering if it's a kid. He was kind of aggressive to his mum as well. I'm feeling like I want him to escape. The reverse stuck, not being unable to escape. Looking at the upright, when she's coming down the steps. She's just coming down the steps almost like she's frightened of what she's going to say. There's a fear here that I'm channeling in this card. There's a fear. It's like being woken up in the night. It's like something's disturbed you in the night and you've gone to investigate, but you're quite fearful and quite hyper-vigilant and alert, but also scared and fearful, so you're quite hesitant. But in the reverse, it's sort of like stuck. Bits of stairs. Why is there with the stairs? I hate it. I'm kind of getting an image of her being pushed down the steps. That's shoved. I think I'll leave that one there for now. Okay, let's get into the lies. Give me the one on lies, please. In fact, I'll use this deck. Green Tails. Sorry guys, this is a long one, but this is quite extensive, this one. It's quite deep. I'm getting quite a lot of abuse here. Wait a minute. Where's that thing? Oh, I've put them back. Right, at the beginning of this video, I said about getting a song about Over the Rainbow. And I kind of said whether this would a rainbow baby here. Now Spirit's just said go and get them two cards out again, because particularly about being shown about being pushed down the steps. The broken bridge here suggests a collapse, a fall. Unsuccessful outcome to a problem, and the rainbow and because this Empress is about pregnancy and fertility. You see on in the upright, she's holding a belly. There's a pregnancy card. In the reverse indicates she lost a baby. Yeah, I kind of feel like from these cards she was pregnant or expecting, but there was an accident, a fall. I don't even think an accident here, I'm going to be honest. I feel like she was pushed and it caused her to lose a baby. And I think maybe John Bonet was the rainbow baby. She'd lost one before. And that's what, yeah, that explains the hope and the healing. This explains the rainbow. Wow. Okay, I just thought I needed to confirm that. And it's just been confirmed with the sun. I feel like, yeah, a lot of problems in this family. I feel like John Bonet would a bit more than what we kind of feel with it being the star. I don't think the star is in performance, pageant and things like that. I feel like the star is in renewed hope and optimism again. A chance. A chance to be a mum again. Yikes, this is deep. Okay, lies. Give me some on the lies. 5 of Cups, grief, loss and despair. Heartbreak, trauma. With the lies. Wow, I've just got the Empress upright again with the lies. This is confirming what I'm saying here. And the mother knows about the lies involved regarding the loss of a daughter. of JonBenet, she knows. So some more, please. 6 of Pentacles. That comes down to the scales again. Giving, receiving, balance, duality. Balancing the scales. She gave more affection and love to one child than the other here. She was more generous and more affectionate to JonBenet. Second more. I don't want to. When the Page of Swords in the reverse. She's a young child. Energy. Intelligent. Quite sharp-tongued. Quite immature. Speaks her mind. But can be quite malicious with the tongue. And make up lies and gossip and slander. Okay, so I'm seeing kind of here Burke Ramsey making up lies about JonBenet. Trying to get into trouble. And the mum knew this. Bottom of the deck, Temperance. Again, moderation, balance, getting the mix right. There were an imbalance here. And also I'm kind of feeling here that he made up lies around what actually happened to JonBenet as well, surrounding her unaliving as well. But I also kind of feel like while she was alive, to try and get attention back on him and try and push JonBenet out of the dynamic, he tried to get her into trouble and made up lies, but it didn't work because the Empress here, the mum, saw through the lies. She saw through the illusions. And 6 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. Giving more one to other. And 5 of Cups is the grief and loss. Ghosts. And I'm saying this as JonBenet's ghost. And maybe being a swing in the garden that she used to swing on. It's definitely JonBenet. Right, let's get on to the abuse. Neglect. And then I think I'll tie it up after this. It's been quite a long one. I'm not seeing the Page of Swords being JonBenet. You can imagine JonBenet being more like Wands energy or Cups energy. I can't see it being swords. Right, give me some on the abuse and neglect, please, Spirit, please. One flipped. Ace of Cups. new beginnings, emotional fulfillment, and having feelings for someone new. Let's just come out of abuse and neglect. Also, this is another fertility conception card. Let me get some more before I give my views on that one. More cards, please, Spirit. Abuse and neglect, Spirit, please. What's this about? What's the Ace of Cups doing here, please? Now we have the Five of Cups. It's grief and loss. Again. The Lovers. What's a fluent floor? The Five of Wands. Okay. Wow. It appears that between husband and wife, there was also abuse going on there, allegedly speaking, from what the cards I'm getting here. The Ace of Cups indicates new beginnings, hope, optimism, fresh start, an abundance of love. It's like overflowing love, feelings for someone new between the couple, which is lovers, and the choices here and direction between the two. So this suggests that there was abuse and neglect between the couple. And then we have abuse and neglect around the grief and loss as well. So I'm kind of feeling like this is a family dynamic of abuse here that has led to grief and loss and suffering. Yeah, because then we have the Five of Wands, which is disagreements, arguments, conflicts, obstacles, wanting to come out at the top at all costs. And it's a lot of like ego-based card. This is the Five of Wands. It's about creativity, ambition. Shh. Shh. Thank you. Wow, sorry, I can't think. Embarrassing background. Yeah, it's like too many cooks spoiling the broth. Getting in each other's way, clashes, not getting on, not seeing eye to eye. And this is outside of the Lovers as well. Ah, this is deep. Yeah, Lovers. I can't think this is systematic all the way around. New beginnings, fresh starts. But then it's led to grief and loss. And we've got the Five of Cups out twice now here. Let me have one clarifier for this, please. Is this between husband and wife now regarding new abuse and neglect, or is this around Husband, wife and children, please, Spirit. Give me a clarifier. Yeah. Seven of Swords reverse. Lies, deceit, cheating, exposure, getting caught. Right, okay. Oh, look, it's this woman trying to hide again. I think it's this woman seeing a lot. What would happen in the night? I'm starting to feel a bit sick. Okay. I think we'll move on to the last final card. Give me some cards on this quarter case. What's this card about, please? Nine of Wands, a wounded warrior. Strength, endurance. I'm actually checking. Strength, stamina, endurance. Being guarded and on the lookout for the next threat coming their way. And this is somebody that's being targeted over and over and over again, but still gets back up. Recovery, gets back up. Oh, I don't like this. A Hierophant in the reverse, going against morals, values and beliefs. An organisation as well, could be around the home and around values, beliefs, education and knowledge, spiritual knowledge, religious beliefs. There was religious, I know they were religious because Patsy's been seen in pictures wearing a cross. This is going against. Guys, I'm actually getting quite worked up about all this. This is not being able to do the right thing. And this kind of reminds me of I said what's happening on a night here. There's something happening on a night, and this reminds me of somebody being very fearful on a night. It almost kind of reminds me of monsters coming out to play on a night and being guarded on a night. Hiding under the covers, sort of petrified, scared. I don't like it. The Three of Swords. Pain, betrayal, heartbreak, pain and suffering. Yeah, this happened on a night. Look at and then this man here. This male. The Ten of Swords in the reverse. Healing from a painful ending. Painful suffering. Oh my lord, look at the rainbow. Look at the rainbow. Give me a clarifier, please, on this. Is this what we think it is, Spirit, please? Is this what we think it is, please? Yeah, it is. This is the Princess of Wands. And I said that JonBenét for me would either come out as the Page of Wands or the Page of Cups. And she's coming out as the Page of Wands. And yeah, this is my yes card. I'm sorry to say this, but it appears that it was her brother that unalived her because of nefarious activity. I also feel like the mum was aware of this. It brought her a great deal of stress, anxiety, worries and fears, and I'm also feeling like she may have been woken up to Bert or hearing him wandering around the house, and I feel like sometimes she may have gone to investigate. But I also feel as well that she was quite scared of her son, and I feel like she was quite scared of the whole family situation as well here. I don't think it was mainly targeted at JonBenét. I feel like across the board, a cycle of abuse here, a cycle. And on that note, I think I'm going to leave the reading here for today. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for sitting through it and watching it all. It's much appreciated. Until next time, bye-bye for now. Are you going to say bye? Say bye. Hey, bye.